Well, I appreciate everybody being here this morning, and John and Eric, thanks for helping organize this. I'm very, very grateful. Just a bit about me, and I'll tell you why I'm running for Attorney General and why I need your help. Michigan values have been drilled into me since my youth, from my mom, my dad, and my stepfather, and that's honesty, integrity, value of a dollar, hard work, being true to your word. And I looked across the state, and I saw unemployment rates skyrocketing, businesses leaving the state. You know, big names, whether it's Comerica Bank or drug companies in Kalamazoo. The legislatures and the governor's response to this, raising taxes, having the Michigan business tax with a 22% surcharge imposed on businesses across the state. That is the wrong prescription for growth. Yes. No, you've been patient.
I have another question about the function of the Attorney General's office. As an attorney working pro bono, I get frequent inquiries about people who have been harmed by their local governments in different manners. And I've been disappointed with the Judicial Tenure Commission. I think it's horrible that lawyers monitor themselves in the Bar Association without, another group. What is the function of the Attorney General's office when a person has a county official, for instance, that has been personally vindictive in their professional situation?
Well, I don't know the specific example.
No, there's lots of specifics. What I'm saying is when people call me, I'm their last resort because I don't practice. And they say, oh, this is so horrible. I went here, I went here, I went here, I went here. And they ask about the attorney. They frequently have contacted Mike Cox. And I don't know how to advise them.
Well, what I'm trying to say is I don't know the specific, example of the fact situation that was someone called you and you discussed it. Here's how I would handle it. If I were to be your Attorney General, there's a team of folks. It's I don't know, $46 billion department, something like that, and 46 million or so. And I would investigate that and look at it and have a group that kind of tries to turn over the rock and see what the problem is and then make my best considered decision.
You would do that?
Yeah.
Does Mike Cox do that ever?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, is that a standard function of the Attorney General's office?
I just, I as a senator or congressman, in the time I did this, you solve problems. Now, you can't always solve every constituent's problems, and sometimes I might have a different opinion from the constituent.
Absolutely.
But my personal opinion is not the issue. If there's a problem associated, a kink in the law, then Tom and I and others will try to unravel that and solve it if we can. If it's antithetical to what the stated purpose of the legislature is, then that's a different route. But you try to solve problems as best you can, and shoot, that's what it is as senator and congressman. I would take that same approach as Attorney General.
Your question is dead on, and I don't want to judge Bill by Mike, but I can tell you right now, our government, the bureaucrats, have pulled some shenanigans that I think is the responsibility of the AG's office to say.
I'm sure hoping. People are hurting all over the place and they have nowhere to go.
Well, who is going to defend the citizens from the government if the AG's office is?
Mike Cox was so busy defending the mayor of Detroit, sucking up to Jennifer Granholm. That's what I was hoping he'd talk about. I did not think that Mike and Jennifer were like this. I thought they were, like this.
Well, think in political terms, so why would he do that?
I can think of a number of reasons why I would, but I don't like political terms.
No, I agree with you. But I'm telling you, if he's thinking of running for governor and he can get something like that, I've never heard it, I can't prove it, but I mean, in
this is the tactics, man. I'm the strategy. Do you understand that? No, that's the difference of what I was just describing to them.
More often.
Well, perhaps that's true.
Whoever the AG is, I don't know of any other department, governmental department, that is more important, in my opinion, to the people than that office.
Right. They ignore it. They ignore everybody. Everybody who calls me has called the AG's office. Everybody. And they've been hurt by local officials, judges. I don't know if you know it as well as I do, but the Constitution is totally ignored in our courtrooms, which is why I will not practice law if I get...
Well, the Constitution and the laws. I mean, the laws are ignored in the sense
Certainly they are. Certainly they are. Depends on who you are, as you
Right.
well know.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the worst thing is though, our dollar, you know, we're attributing a lot of inflation to a lot of different governmental regulations, different activities, things like that. But more so, they are diluting our dollar so badly by creating money and spreading it around. The Federal Reserve makes it out of thin air. You know, we've got 88 sponsors on HR 1207 now to audit the Fed, which is pretty wimpy. I think they ought to be just destroying it. You know, Congress has the right to make money, not a private corporation with who is accountable to no one. And that is, I think, the biggest issue affecting our economy, our freedoms, everything. And people are failing to look at it.